In this lesson, we'll make it possible to edit our posts. So users will be able to just click on their posts on their own page, and then it'll redirect them to the edit post page. So first things first, we need to make sure that the link between the widget here and the page is created. So let's start with that. Let's click on our container. We'll add an action, and then the add action is navigate to edit post page. Great. The only thing is we also want to define a parameter, because we don't just want to go to that page, but we want to send the information of this one post to the next page. So to do that, we define a parameter. We can call it post row, and that will be of type Supabase row, and the name of the table is posts. Confirm that, and now we can just pass this parameter. There we go, we have a post row, and when we just need to link it to the information that we already have in this row. So we click here, the post row is just there, and here you have the Supabase row. So now the link is made, we can go to our edit post page. In this lesson, we'll be editing the text from the title and from the description, but we'll do the picture in the next lesson. So let's start by clicking on the title, and we want to have the original title displayed in here. So to do that, we need to go to the initial value. And the initial value should be the post row that we just sent to this page. And of course, we select the title. And then we do the same for the description. We go to the initial value here, post row, and then we go and get the description. And now with all that information, it'll be posted, we can edit it, and when it's edited, we want to update post. So let's just create action for this, open the flow editor, add an action, and then the first thing we want to do is the backend database, Supabase, we want to update one of the rows. Of course, the table is posts. And now we can start adding the different fields. We just add them all just to make it easier. But of course, in this case, we're just going to be editing description and title, so we can just remove all the rest. And now let's link description to the description information in the widget. So it's the information in the widget that we want to get, description. And for the title, we do the same again. We get the information from the widget and we get the title information. Great. And finally, the last thing that we do need to do is we need to make sure that it's of a matching row. We need to add a filter basically, because right now we're linking to all the rows in the table, but we want it to be the post that's linked to the one that's coming in. So to do this, we just need to add a filter, and we'll take the post ID and make sure that it's equal to the post ID that was sent to us from the post row. Again, it's not always super clear at the start when you do this, but you'll see the more and more you do it, the more it'll be clear. Let's confirm, and so this should update. That's perfect for the backend call. And now finally, like always, we just redirect it to the home page. So navigate back to home page. And that should be it. Let's test it out. So here we are. Now let's just, for example, edit Lisbon. We have a 2 here. Let's just remove a 2. And let's maybe call it a great place. Place in the world. And update the post. Now let's look at it, and as you can see, Lisbon, great place in the world. So it's been updated, and if you go back to your Supabase, you'll also see that it's also been updated here. So it first gets updated here, and then of course it's sent to the app. That's it for this lesson.